Don't you know we all cheer for Magnus Danger D?
Hello there, vociferous viewers and lovely listeners of the Onwards to Victory podcast. I am your host, Magnus Danger Magnus. I am a mustachioed marvel with a fabulous hairdo and a great big personality. And I'm ready to introduce you to an incredibly charismatic, basically he's just a younger, fitter, hotter version of me. It's real. I cannot wait for you to meet this individual. You're watching Onwards to Victory. Remember that this is a podcast that you really should be sharing with your grandmother, your friends, and just about everybody who has a functioning brainstem. So like, subscribe, and comment, and all of that stuff. And if you particularly enjoy the sight of this camera barreling straight down into my crotch, then you can join the Patreon, where you get a little more. Be like Tone. Be like Ton. Yeah, our fabulous patron on Patreon. Yeah, he's lonely over there. Go help him out. But in the meantime, folks, you're going to get ready for something unbelievably exciting, because sitting over to my left is yet another mustachioed marvel. And holy crap, does this guy have some stories. Folks, please put your hands together for the incomparable, the fabulous. It's Jessie! What the fuck? Hey!
How you doing, man?
Beautiful.
Perfect.
So, how are you, Jessie? It's very, very good to have you here in the hot seat on the goddamn studio. I've been a big fan of you for a very long time. You wondrous wizard.
Likewise.
Thank you. Well, you're a full-time touring showman,
Yeah.
MC, yeah, circus superstar.
All of the above.
Yeah, you worked with the big names all over the country. Yeah, and now I'm really hoping at some point today we get to talk a little bit of MC shop,
Ooh.
because I've been doing a lot of MC, and it's
Wait, you do MC?
I
didn't know that, actually.
I master the ceremonies, baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's see, this is the caliber. This is what we're going to be talking about. If you're not into sexual innuendo, this probably is not the episode for you. So right now you're with Lasso,
yeah.
which is the fabulous Merrick Ashton is putting that in a tent. And how's it been going?
It's actually been going pretty good.
Yeah.
The first week we had no air conditioner, so it was pretty shit.
Oh!
But crowds have
standard
picked up.
showy
We had
stuff.
I think on Saturday we had about 300 in the first show and 170 in the second show. For a
Are you doing
400
two a
seat.
day?
Just on the Friday, Saturday.
Oh, gotcha.
But like for a 400 seat venue, it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
And even I think it's been averaging out about 60 to 70 people the first few shows, and then that got up to about 100 people per show.
Bam.
Minimum, yeah, it was pretty good.
You're going to be touring some more with this. Actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. And we could, if I start talking about, people that everyone else doesn't know, because we've known each other for a while and been,
been
in
12
similar
years
circles.
at least.
God damn, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think actually it was
Back when you were 4.
Hey, mate,
Jesus.
come on, I'm not that young. I think it was 2011 or 12 with Big Top Tees for
Oh my
Circus
God.
Joseph Ashton. That was
Yeah.
the first time I had any interaction with you whatsoever, and
Oh.
boy, my mind was blown.
that was a beautiful show. That was we did that, with 2012, and we had a whole bunch of burlesque girls, and then a whole bunch of the performers from the Circus Joseph Ashton, and just smashed it all together.
It was crazy.
It was a great show,
Yeah,
as I recall.
it was good.
I think I did a really stupid thing in the middle where I came out with a leaf blower in Suicide Girl underpants. Yeah, and cleared away the glitter from the previous act. Oh, yeah, that was Uncle Shushy. I was playing that Uncle Shushy, with like big glasses and a bald head and, wearing a silk bathrobe. And then did the whole Buffalo Bill Goodbye Horses, dick tuck. Yeah. Would you fuck me?
I'd fuck me.
I'd fuck me. Yeah. But, Jessie, please, because I'm lucky enough to know how fantastic you are and have known of your incredible exploits over the years. But our listeners and viewers, for those of you who aren't just listening, you are missing out, because man, oh man, does this guy just have a glorious countenance. Looking upon him is its own reward. But that's on YouTube. So if you're just on Spotify or something, or somewhere without video, just have a look. Just have a look. Make sure
Just
you check
look.
out the stills, because my God, if you want to get wet and or hard, then it's a fast track to that. But Jesse, if you would, please, in your own words, just, let the folks know why they should give a fuck about how fabulous you are.
Well, not only do I have this fabulous mustache,
It is
inspired by yours truly.
It is very good. Are you still using the same wax, by the way?
Well, no, I don't use the Milkman anymore.
Oh, Milkman, yeah.
Yeah, no, I actually use just a hair wax now, and it fucking works
Oh,
perfectly.
yeah?
Yeah, it's great. It's easy to mold around.
Bingo, bango.
As soon as it gets wet, which when I'm with the ladies, it gets a bit hard. It does go a little bit everywhere. But other than that, you just put a little bit more in, just put it on your finger, snort it. Wax it on.
Yeah.
Good
When
to
you
go.
do it, if you've got enough of a vacuum, you can just disperse it quite easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, let them know. Let them know. What is it you've been doing? What is your role in the world, and what do you do?
Well, my role in the world is to be a complete fucking idiot.
Hey! And get paid the big bucks for it. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we'll see about that one.
Yeah. Or the medium-sized bucks. You know what I mean.
No, well, for the last, obviously, 34 years or 33 years, I've been traveling with the circus my whole life. So, being on the road 24/7 is a fucking wild thing.
Yeah.
I've done flying trapeze most of my life.
Uh-huh.
Clowning, 7 generations of circus. For the people that don't know much about us, I'm 7 generations, 4 generations of clown. I do so many other things other than performing as well. I'm a lighting and sound designer, truck driver. I set up big tops. Yeah.
Well, that's the trad showy circus life, right? You gotta. Everybody does everything.
Well, if everybody does everything, then you don't need to pay anybody extra. So you actually got a chance at running your business.
Hey, yeah. Gosh. And I'm looking forward to this conversation as well in a big way because I am like a big fan, but hearing your origin story, like I don't really know. I mean, there's some things that I don't know about, I didn't know you were 7th generation. I guess I could have figured that out. But yeah, 7th generation in the circus, which is a big deal. That is a very big deal. Yeah. So, just getting to know a bit about your origins. And when you say it's a crazy wild life, if you're kind of born into it, at what point do you realize that it was crazy and wild? Because if you're just born into it, you're like, oh yeah, this is normal. When did you kind of start figuring out, oh, this is just nuts?
Fuck, it's actually like pretty recently.
Yeah.
Because I've been closed off from like the real world, the outside world for so long,
Oh, yeah.
And it was actually like almost last year that I realized how crazy life is when I left the circus, left traveling altogether and lived in Melbourne for 9 months in an apartment. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit? This is how people live every day?
Right.
Like, what is this? My life is fucking crazy. This is ridiculous. Like,
there's that circus saying like the house will kill you.
almost.
Yeah. If you stop and you sit in an apartment. Why were you living in Melbourne for 9 months?
I did a new show down there called Viva, which is cabaret dinner theater show, which purpose-built theater just for these shows. Like I was the MC, and in the second show, I did a similar character to what I did at Infamous, except instead of being a bellhop fucking idiot, drunk motherfucker, I was some stupid waiter who couldn't get the orders right and got pushed out of, taken out food and pushed onto the stage to clean it, and then started making my way around the show that way.
Dinner theater. Oh, yeah, baby. Man, that proper cabaret goodness.
Yeah.
God damn.
Good food in that place, man. I'll tell you what.
Yeah?
The chef
in the custom-made tent?
No, it was a theater.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
okay.
It was a theater in North Melbourne. It's I'm not sure if you know Jason Coleman's Ministry of Dance, but it's in the same building, just above him. Yeah.
Right.
Huge. It's like an old wool shed or something. It's like 100 and something years old. Crazy. Wow. They spent hundreds of thousands of dollars renovating it, getting all the shit out of it. Used to be escape rooms. Spent a few $1 million building this. It's a beautiful theater, man.
Boy,
absolutely beautiful theater.
What's the name of the theater?
Viva.
Oh,
the theater is called Viva.
Theater.
Yeah.
Oh,
and the show right now that I was in doing emceeing was called Elegant. Is called Elegant. It's still going now. And Exotic was the second one. So Exotic was more of a sexy one.
Yes.
Some titties.
Yes.
And some doodle, baby. Who knows?
Look, if you got titties in your show, you'll never go hungry. That is true.
I definitely didn't.
People,
because of the restaurant, they fed us. They fed us. Yeah.
Oh, that's of course what you're referring to.
The smorgasbord, man.
You goddamn Lothario. Mm. So you've performed. How many cities have you performed in? I mean, you've
it's
done
uncountable.
Yeah, you've been, like I said, since you're born into it, and you've just been traveling with the circus. You got your own like custom truck. Have you got your own?
Yeah, I got a caravan. I
That's
tow
right.
it with a big semi truck. Like
Yeah.
go in there. It's got everything you have here except condensed into a fucking
8
8-meter long trailer. You know, I got 2 TVs. Full shower, huge motherfucking shower for me and some accompanying friends, and washing machine, dryer, toilet. Fucking got a toilet. Don't need to leave.
Yeah, bam.
Fucking full lounge setup, full kitchen, huge motherfucking fridge.
It is a wild life. It is a wild and crazy life. It's interesting that you have stopped for 9 months in Melbourne, and that's what made you realize.
Yeah, well, I wanted to try something different. I'd always wanted to do something a bit more theatrical than traditional circus.
Yeah.
And this job came up. It was actually one of the dancers who used to dance for us in Infamous years ago.
Mm.
She's from Perth, and she asked me if I wanted to try something different after we come back from the States.
Yeah.
Because we had like 3 or 4 months of no work after the show came back from the States because all the stuff was still getting sent over.
Right.
And so she's like, hey, what are you doing? Like, do you want to try something different? Like, she didn't think that the show was going to open up again. She didn't know what was going on. She's like, you want to come here and do this? I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Like, I've been wanting to do something like that for years. You know, I wanted to move to Melbourne. Well, not Melbourne particularly, but I wanted to move to a place, have a bit of stability, have a bit of a normal life, you know?
Yeah, dip your toe
and see
into
what
it,
it was
sure.
like. And I did it for a while. It was hard in the end, but the start was fun. It was fucking great, you know? Like, but in the end, it got a little bit harder. And so I decided that it was better for me to move back to the circus and continue on with my life there for a bit.
Well, it suits you down to the ground. You've always had a bit of an extra theatrical flair. And look, I think this is something we got to get to, is when you're talking about doing circus and being in circus shows, being the guy that they call to, if someone needs to talk, the talented talker, right? You got to have a talented talker. And so you're the guy that they go to.
Apparently.
Like,
Apparently. I don't know why, but they keep coming to me.
Was it, did you start, I mean, you could do trapeze, you could do, you do climb inside, you do clowning, you do all this other stuff. But whenever there's a talking there, they go, oh yeah, get Jess.
Get Jessie.
Do the,
I think it's because I don't shut up. It's like he can just talk for hours.
I can relate. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Oh my God. But it's, when did that start to happen? Well, in the MC thing, this is what I'm really interested in, because I want to talk, because I very rarely get to talk to other MCs. Like, this, when you have dancers.
Because you don't shut up.
Yeah, I know. I never get to talk to other MCs because I don't give them any chance to have a speak. But when you are spotted as a talented talker, then you kind of get stuck in that role. And the thing with an MC is we very rarely get to compare notes.
Yeah.
Because if you've got a show, there's only ever one of you. The dancers get to all talk to each other and go like, oh, what about this? And hey, you'll do that. But the MC, you're always, it's always you.
ChatGPT. Best thing ever now.
That's your like,
hey, does this sound funny? Yes, that sounds great. It goes really well with this line and this line. And I love the way that you've molded it into here like this.
Oh, wow. That's, man,
it's actually quite scary how good it is.
Yeah. Have you for real? You've been using ChatGPT?
Oh, I mean, I use it every now and again when I sort of have like a writer's block thing. But so generally, I've never written anything myself. I've always just, other people have written it and I've gone, oh, well, my style he'd probably say it more like this or like this, rather than saying that. I'd say this or segue it in like this, rather than just going out there and saying some joke or something,
Yeah.
But the emceeing started for me actually in, I think it was 2022. Yeah, 2022.
Right.
We'd just put all of our stuff in the ship to go to the States.
Mm-hmm.
So we had no work for fucking 3 months because everything was going over there. My cousin Chantel, you do a lot of voiceover for her.
I just recorded a bunch of video
I
for
know,
her.
I've heard it. It sounds great.
Oh, we'll get into that. It needs to get mastered and cleaned up. But
I was just being
there was
polite.
a big rush. Yeah.
No, so she called me up. She had a job in Dreamworld doing Ashton Entertainment there. She needed a ringmaster because they extended because it was so good. The people loved it. They wanted to extend it another week or two. The ringmaster that she had there couldn't do it. And I was there setting up all the lighting and sound for her, doing that. I'd flown back over to here to drive it. Well, I drove over here with a semi-truck with the trailer and that because we were parking it all up at our property at Beverly.
This is a standard, for those of you who don't know, this is a standard circus thing of driving back and forth the country 5 or 6 times in a row just with a bunch of trucks.
I do 12 hours a day for, nearly a week moving our show nonstop. And then, not only that, do the pack up, drive, set up for a week and a half, go straight into shows.
Yes. This is what I want people to really get an idea of what it's like to drive into a town after you've been driving back and forth and God knows how many times, then like do a bump in, do a put up, and then do a show, do a bump. Yeah. Well, that's what keeps you going. Yeah. Mama's got a sparkle. Woo! Yeah.
But getting back to the thing, like she just called me up and said, "Hey Jesse, do you want to be the ringmaster?" I was like, "Yeah, I've got no job. I'll do it." and then I hung up the phone. I said to my partner at the time, Margaret, I was like, "All right, good news. I got a job for the next couple of weeks." She's like, "Oh, what is it?" I said, "Ringmaster. I got to learn to be an MC." She's like, "Okay, let's do it." So I got there, started doing that, and from there it opened up the floodgate really because she got me to do. Me and my brother convinced her to start up her show and do it like a month-long stand in Browns Plains in Brisbane, just putting on a show during the holidays.
That's Chantel's show?
Chantel's show, yeah, because she's always wanted to take it out on the road but never had the opportunity to.
Yeah.
Now she's started, a year later or something, and so it's good. But, she's like, let's do it. Fuck it. We've got everybody here. We got Wheel of Death, Ringmaster. We got Clown, which is her partner. She does all the aerials and hula hoop. We had a lasso lady there called Kelly Maynard, who's also a circus person.
Right.
My cousin Atiana brought all of her rides and carnival stuff. And so we had a full circus set up just with a couple of us,
Bam!
And it was great because we'd actually spoken about it for years before as kids, like growing up and as teenagers, as adults. Like we always spoke about and wanted to do something together. We never had the opportunity to because we were always just off doing other things. And then it just came together so perfectly. We did great shows. Like the show itself, like I'm not just saying this because we did it, but it was a good, fun show. Like beautiful. We had good lighting, good sound provided by myself.
Of course. The guy's talented. There's
good
no
venue.
question.
We had, everything was great. The people loved it. It was good. Just a good, fun show.
Were the Globe Riders in that?
Yeah, we had the Globe Riders. We had 2 Globe Riders in that one.
For those who don't, for the folks that don't know what a Globe Riders, what the Amaral Globe Riders do or what they are, can you just let the folks know? You probably got some patter for this already, right?
I actually haven't spoken about this one that much.
Yeah.
But pretty much what the Globe of Death is a big giant snow globe that's made out of metal with all these little holes in it so you can see through it. And the Globe Riders go inside and ride around in a motorbike at ridiculous speeds. Yeah. And they do some crazy shit, man.
I know. But I am well aware. You guys need to understand. But the clearance is it's ridiculous. Like it's not like it's a gigantic globe.
I think it's about 4 meters or 4.2 meters in diameter. Yeah, around.
So if you have 2 riders opposite each other, their helmets are like
it's
pretty
not
much
that close, but
it's pretty damn close.
Well, you can fit a person in between them standing there.
Yes.
So there's like enough clearance. It's about a half a meter each side of that person. So it's about 1.2 meters away from each other.
Yeah.
But I've seen some pretty crazy shit in those things, man. Like, I've seen 5 Globe Riders all go down at once.
Whoa.
Well, not at once, actually. 2 went down at the same time. 1 came around, tried to get away from it, smashed into them.
Wow.
Then 1 came around and tried to stop but fell over. So there's 2 people on the bottom with fucking 4 bikes on top of them.
Whoa.
4 bikes and 4 people stacked up on top of each other, right? One guy's leg was like fucking bending the opposite way.
Oh,
it was
my
ridiculous.
God.
Then the last guy just kept on trying to go around.
Well, yeah.
Trying to go around. He couldn't do anything, but he got a bit disorientated and a bit dizzy. So he started going upside down, stopped upside down, smack bang
Oh!
straight on top of them. I'm like on this at this point I was just doing lighting and sound and flying trapeze in the show, so I saw the whole thing happen. 4 meter high platform. I've just leapt over the top of it, like literally down to the ground. I fucked the steps off. I was like, no way, down there, because there's all these lights and stuff, 500 watt like halogen lights down the bottom. Now there's fuel and stuff spraying, so I'm like running around just disconnecting absolutely everything so that nothing happens.
The
like,
halogen's
imagine
like
if
right
there's
underneath.
imagine if one of those fucking glasses snapped and smashed and then caused a spark. I mean, I don't think the fuel would go up that quickly, but it's enough.
Holy crap.
You know, and then we had like, that was on the Moscow Circus in about 2014, I believe. So we were up in Cairns for that. And yeah, man, like it was just crazy. There was a full crowd of people. You know,
dude,
we had about 12 Russians just surrounding this place. Like we had ropes going into the thing, lifting bikes off people.
Wow.
They were like, oh, we're going to have to cut it open. I was like, don't cut it open. There's fuel spilt everywhere.
Oh my God.
Plus you're going to be spraying sparks into people. Like, we can't do that. So we had to try and like start detaching everything. But there was one conscious guy in there. One conscious guy out of all of them. The others are just like almost dead, hanging there. And so one guy is starting to lift up the bikes. We've got ropes coming in, tying the ropes to the bikes, pulling them up. You look above you and it's almost like a horror film. Like there's just motorbikes up above, guys down below, just like almost dead. And
dude.
It took like 45 minutes to an hour just to get into there and get them out, man.
Yeah.
Because one guy lifting up all these bikes, trying to see if everyone's all right. Like,
yeah.
I'm down the bottom trying to talk to my friend. His girlfriend's right there. We're trying to talk to him just to keep him with it. His legs like this, bent backwards the wrong way. Like,
man.
I'm there trying to put my hand through there to try and take his helmet off to slap him just to keep him conscious,
dude.
you know? Like,
wow.
Yeah, I think one of the guys got a broken back. I don't think he broke his leg. He just hyperextended it. But
well, that's still,
yeah,
man, that's very painful to just be sitting in a hyperextended position. That was Christ. God damn.
Yeah, so that's just one of the stories.
Yeah. Oh, see, I told you, this guy's got some absolute doozies. Wow. Well, I mean, I suppose if you're talking globe of death, if somebody goes down, it pretty much means everyone's going down.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, you can get away with it. Depends on. I've seen some go down and they just get away with it, like sort of come in beside them and stop. But But I've seen some pretty hectic shit, man.
It really is one of the most. It's such a spectacle. It's such a spectacle. I remember I first saw that when I was, ringmastering for Chantel at Perth Royal Show. Yeah, and they brought the globe, and it was just, it's just there.
Yeah,
like it's just there. There's this the punters, the regular rubes are like just a bit. They just kind of look at it, like close enough to stick their fingers in,
almost.
And the whole time I'm like, oh my God, dude, some of these John Q 6-packs are just dumb enough to stick their finger in that fucking thing. I gotta keep my eye on these bozos. But yeah, that's wild. That is just wild. And being in the circus, and I mean everybody is on the same page and everyone does the same thing. So if something goes wrong, it's like everybody's battle station.
Well, just kicks in. You just go for it.
Yeah,
you know? Like you all know, you have really good critical thinking being in the circus because so many things can go wrong. Like, especially like with the wind and stuff with the tents. Like,
well,
it's just into mode. You know, they're like ready to go. They know what to do. They go check the tent. They go check the pegs. Yeah, make sure everything's safe and sound. Like I was doing today when you you messaged me about doing this. I'm like, maybe give me a couple of minutes and just a bit windy, just making sure everything's going good here. But yeah, that
is one of those things, because there have been, I mean, even around here, there's still stories when I talk to some of the other, the Ashtons and all my other, trad circus folks, traveling circus folks, and it'll be like, we had the wind. We had this. You just walk up behind circus folks, and we're like, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Well, just after Big Top Tees, when we did it in Bustleton, I'm not sure if you were at the Bustleton one when we did it in 2012, because we did Langley Park. Then that was the one you were in. Then we did Bustleton, and I think we had a female MC for that one. She was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But literally the last show that on the Sunday, we'd run the show with no intermission and cut out 3 acts because there was a storm predicted. And so we were packing up the tent, man, and then all of a sudden, you know the story, like the wind was blowing. Peppy and I are out the front trying to drop all the signs and that. Joseph, who owns the show, trying to drop all the signs. All of a sudden, I just look down and I see him just stop dead in his tracks. And he's just looking up at the sky. And I look and he just starts running. I run with him because the wind's actually changed direction now. So it's turned into a cyclone almost. It changed direction and come directly towards us. We'd what we should have done was started boxing up the tent from the get-go. From the start. We should have been boxing it up so that it's super strong and that. But we thought, oh no, we got enough time before to just get everything out and get the tent dropped.
Right.
But what happened is we took half the walls down, started getting everything out. Everyone's in there. Then the wind changed direction. So the block was no longer blocking
the
it.
wind's coming
the
in
wind's
from
coming
the
in from the
wall
whole open.
Boy.
And so at that point, we run around yelling, get the fuck out, get out. Like literally the last person gets out of that tent. And man, you should have seen this thing just go whoosh. It was almost like someone stood on it on a bit of an angle and just 2 poles were like bent like roller coaster tracks. 2 back poles were perfectly straight. They were fine. We still use them now.
That's the king
the
poles?
king poles, the
Okay.
main poles, the masts.
This is the thing if you don't know how big circus tents work, the big ones that hold them up, they're called the king poles. And you had a 4-polar.
4-polar, yeah.
And so what the
pretty much the 2 front poles just not bent in half, but like made a loop almost. Yeah, it looked abstract. Like when we were pulling it all apart, it was like abstract art.
Holy
crazy.
mackerel.
The tent was ripped to shreds. What happened is the wind pushed the tent. The pegs started pulling. We tried to put the bobcat on some of the pegs to hold it down, even though it's only a fucking 2-ton bobcat or whatever it is.
Well, people don't realize just the physics at play. If you've got that much wind and this it's a sail,
it's a sail,
a giant sail. Yeah.
Well, that's where it came from. It started out as like sails, and the reason why we call them mast is because they were just masts of ships.
Is that
and
really?
sails? Yeah, we used to 100 years ago.
Yeah,
they used to use sails as the canvas. Like it was just the canvas sails made into a tent.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Crazy.
This is the kind of absolute nugget of wisdom you can get here on Onwards to Victory. Jeez.
So pretty much what happened was the pegs started pulling out of the ground. As it pulled out of the ground, the poles pushed over into the seating. The pegs grabbed hold of the seating. Seating was just turned upside down.
Wow. Yeah.
Tent ripped to shreds. We had the foyer tent out the front ripping as well. And it was crazy. We're all in there trying to pull the poles out, but it's so heavy because there's so much like wind pushing it down. We couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Even the bobcat was like up on its front legs trying to pull these poles out. So after a while, that all settles down. The wind stops. Like everything's sort of calmed down. We look over it all. It's just like apocalyptic almost. Like we got shit just cutting out everything. And because I was the lightest, I had to climb up the poles that are not structurally sound anymore.
Well, yeah.
Climb up the poles. We had a big, huge crane come in, like a big motherfucking crane to lift it all up. So I had to get on there with slings and, cut the rope off the tent, like get the tent off it, unlace it all, pull the poles out, like.
Be Mr. Disaster Rigger. Holy
pretty
shit.
much. And it's actually crazy because I thought there'd be a lot more destruction inside with like the trussing. The lighting was still fine. Don't know how.
So the lighting truss was still
The lighting
up?
truss was, still all intact because as it went over, the H frame sort of like, so the H frame that it was all attached to, the top of the pole stayed perfectly straight. And underneath it it was all the roller coaster track. So it was so strong. It just went like this and just kept up straight. So the top part of the tent looked like it was normal. But as soon as you look down the bottom, you realize that's not normal.
Wow.
Yeah, the flying trapeze rig was perfectly fine. There was a little bit of a bend in it, but not too bad. Like we just got that out.
Whoa.
Yeah. So we still use that flying trapeze rig today and that trussing.
There was speaking of that rig, didn't somebody just get a big record or a
my cousin Ricky.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah,
what's Yes, it was a full twisting triple somersault at Adelaide Fringe last year.
Wow.
Yeah, I think one of the
with
youngest
a successful catch and return.
Yeah, it was super successful. He'd been trying it for a couple of shows and that, but that was caught by his uncle Joseph. Who you know. So yeah, that was a pretty crazy thing to have happen, like at Adelaide Fringe of all places. You know,
yeah, God, like with a crowd. Holy mackerel!
A full crowd too. Like,
Hey,
we got 750 people or 750 seats in that. I think that show was nearly full. I think
Heck
nearly
yeah.
all of our shows were pretty full. Actually, I think we sold the best tickets in Adelaide that year.
Oh yeah. Wait, what year was that?
24 last year.
2024. That was
Yeah.
pretty good. Hey,
And that was our first year too.
that very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. We did pretty good. We had a pretty good 2024 as well. It was pretty good. We had a pretty good time. Isn't that right? I guess I can hear
got the
Justin's
thumbs up.
brain like going over there, like, yeah, 2024. Yeah, he did pretty. Good work, Captain Producer. Nice work. Hey. We were doing the Moa that year.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know how many seats is that.
I
but
think
yeah.
it's around about 650 to 700.
Yeah, we were
I
doing
think.
we were doing 2 of those a day, which was just like, yeah, it was bonkers.
Crazy.
We'd never seen anything like it. They love it. How
Shame,
great is
shame.
Adelaide? Oh my god,
It's so
Yeah.
much fun. Like
Yeah.
that was the first year that I'd ever been there.
yeah,
A part of any of us had ever been a part of Fringe, you know. So it was a big eye opener for us, like
right,
to be a part of this crazy world that we've only ever heard about, never
Yeah.
been a part of,
yeah.
and we were pretty accepted in there. Like I feel like
Oh, of
everyone
course.
was so happy, like to have us,
Yeah.
and even going to the artist bar the first few times, we were all a bit like, well, I wasn't as much because I've sort of been a part of some similar things to that, but everyone else is just like,
yeah.
it was a new world for them. They're like, what's
Yeah.
going on, you know?
Oh, man, that
But
was.
they had a lot of fun.
Geez, we got to get you over to like Edinburgh. You want to see some
Oh,
crazy
I'd love
shit?
to be a part
Dude.
of that.
How nuts is that? Like the Edinburgh, yeah, Edinburgh Fringe.
Yeah.
Artist bar. I've seen some shit in there. It's just beyond bizarre.
Well, I think the last night that we were there, that night that I was hanging out with you and Charlie,
Oh,
and
Ding.
ding, ding.
Yeah.
Well, we had a few good business meetings that day, and
that's correct. Yeah,
non-stop business meetings. And,
That's right, yeah. God, I remember there was a
And then-
nice bow on the end of that one.
Yeah, and then remember we tried to get into the artist bar, but they wouldn't let us in. So we went to that club that's right next to us.
Oh, yeah. It was.
Oh, it wasn't the artist bar; it was the
It's like some.
the afters bar. Or whatever
Yeah,
it was.
the after hoursy bar.
And then
Yeah.
we went to that other club that's right next to it that had nobody in it, but was somehow full of just dickheads, like trying
Yeah.
to start fights.
There-
But my security guards from Infamous were there, and we go in there, and they're like treating us like royalty. I
That
felt
was-
like I had personal bodyguards right there. They're like, "Don't worry, mate, we got you." They're standing there right behind us, having a chat. He's like,
Oh.
"No, don't worry about this. We'll take you straight into there."
Yeah.
Had a business meeting with the Seki in that place too.
That's right. Yeah, the manager, the secretary of the secretary
Yeah.
just goes like, "Oh, hey, just come with me. Come into the office just
Come
for a
into the
moment. Let me
office
just
for a
sort you out."
second.
Yeah. Yeah,
It was a good night. Good night.
that was amazing because we just kind of gone to this artist like the after hours. I can't remember what the heck it's called,
Yeah,
but
it's something.
people always go there on the last night, and it's just hot and it's just chock full of people just gurning.
Well, they had a sprinkler system up in the roof.
Oh.
shining down on the floor for everyone because it was so hot.
the
You know,
drippolator.
yeah. That was crazy for me because I went up into some of those other rooms and I was like,
Oh yeah, some of them
Oh,
are
yeah,
just
this
tripped
is
out.
like-
Yeah.
I should have definitely had some LSD for this one.
Well, I do recall that we're hanging around in there, and then just decided to go to the whatever it was undergroundy.
No, we
Crummy.
couldn't get in because the line was so huge, and we were like, "Nah, fuck this. Let's go into the other one. We'll wait." We go in, then they closed it off.
That's
Then I'm
right.
not sure if you
Yeah.
stayed with us, but we actually. We might have to censor this one. We snuck in through the back.
Oh,
through
to the artist bar?
to,
Oh,
that,
yeah.
to that after bar
course
that
you
was
did.
closed
Yeah.
because we could get in through the car park. There was just like a little door that they were doing stock runs through. Someone said about it, and we were like, "All right, sneak in." And the Seki that wouldn't let us in sort of looked at us and went,
Hey, well, by that stage,
What do you do?
nobody cared. Yeah, but I do recall that going into the club next door and being kind of there was a bunch of African dudes who were just watching, sitting around the edges, just watching these hotties going like, I'm
Yeah.
going to fuck one of the just being like
Who
really
were we
full
with?
on.
We were with Charlie and another girl. I can't remember who the other lady was.
Nor can I.
Too many Billies ago. Too many fucking.
Charlie wound up making out with some people on that podium. As
I
I
think it was
recall.
a couple of girls actually.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. There was a whole bunch of these like Colombian girls.
Yeah.
A bunch of these hotties dancing around. But when we first showed up, yeah, we're a bit like, oh what the fuck is all this? And then out of nowhere, these security guys come up who are your security guys from Empress. Hey, oh, Jessie, hey, oh. The next thing you know, we've got our own booth. And they were literally policing our booth. They're basically just standing around going like, don't fuck with these guys. Don't fuck with these guys.
And that's why everyone was paying so much attention to us. They're like, oh, these guys are high profile. Look
Of
at them."
course. Yeah. Man, we
I
should.
think that one guy's wearing a fucking bulletproof vest or something.
No, just fat. Yeah. I was just chunky. At
that
that
guy's
stage.
packing.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, that's his
Damn
dick.
straight. Hey. I come correct. And often. As often as I can. Yeah. So, coming along and doing the Fringe festivals, this is, this is how it's going to be from now on. Because it's been such a, it's been really good.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah.
I love being a part of it. It's so fun. I get to hang out with people like you and this motherfucker over here. And you know, like, not only that, the jelly wrestling in Perth Fringe is like, it's my favorite thing so far.
You want to get into it? You want to talk about? Okay,
Let's
we'll
talk
get into
about it.
All right, it's become something of a tradition now. It's that we do have the artist bar will get taken over, and we do jelly wrestling, and the Headfirst Acrobats boys organize the thing, and they'll bring a kiddie paddling pool and fill it with animal birthing agent and food coloring
And jizz.
Yeah. Oh, by the end of the night, it's like 80% jizz. Yeah.
From us.
Yeah. Well, it's mostly people they're so generous. They're donating. You don't want them to run out of wrestling fluid. But it's never organized. Like it is honestly as an MC, it is just the biggest fucking nightmare you could possibly imagine. There's no schedule, there's no run sheet, there's no way of knowing who's on and when, and there's no breaks for you to be able to turn to someone and say, hey, what the hell is happening? Right? So you're basically just up there. But that's why I love it. It's why I fucking love it. It's amazing. Because you very rarely get a chance to really do a proper run the gauntlet trial by fire. You know, they just throw you to the lions. And when you come out the other side having defeated all the fucking lions, and people go, man, I saw you at the jelly wrestling. You're really funny. Well, thank you very much, because I was basically doing a controlled landing with no wings or engine or navigation equipment. So if I managed to bring the passengers down safely, then Jesus Christ, I'm a golden god. It's really one of those very high stakes kind of missions. But
no, I don't know how you do it every single fucking time, man. It's like I was sitting there like, where did he pull this one from? Where did he get that from? Like, and then they start adding more people because it was only like four fight schedule.
There were supposed to be four matches.
I think there was 12 altogether or something.
It got really
maybe
crazy.
Not that many, but it was a lot.
And then they started people just started
throwing the jelly out.
Oh, oh my gosh.
Fuck.
Yeah. That's supposed to be a big no-no.
You're like, hey, can you please stop that? Actually, we
Yeah.
don't have enough jelly to go around for
That's
tonight.
the reason. It's not because it's not some sort of health or safety thing. It's literally because they don't have enough jelly to last for the whole night. They've only, it's in this paddling pool and it's like an inch thick. And people start just picking up and screaming and going, it'd be hilarious. Take that, punters. The one we did last year when we had the Machine and Lewis. Yeah. It's Lewis? Yeah. And Lewis and the Machine. You should have seen this. I'm gonna get right into the microphone for this one, Jess. This is gonna be the ASMR portion of this little show while I tell the story when Lewis became a god for 20 minutes. Because the machine is what, like 200 kilograms of like big gay bear. Like the guy is like colossal. He's like if a colossal guy ate another colossal guy. Yeah. And then was still hadn't pooped. It was just and then you put him in spandex and put one sock on him and throw him into some jelly. Whereas our boy Lewis, who is one of the techs, and is I think it would weigh roughly 55 kilos if he was soaking wet and had like pockets full of marbles. Yeah. And he's just this tiny little, like, soft-spoken, like, beautiful little Twinkie boy. And he goes up again. It's literally this David and Goliath scenario. And he wound up with his amazing, just juking this way and that and slippery sliding. And he winds up getting the machine's sock off. And he just stood up and held it aloft. And it was honestly one of the most, it was just about everybody in the audience just completely lost their minds. It hit everyone at this amazingly visceral level.
Yeah.
God damn. That was very special, which is another reason why you just love those very special moments that are artist bar moments that only happen, in a place like that. Which
you can't even explain it sometimes, some of the shit that you see
Really?
in there, really.
Yeah.
Like, there's just so many different things happening. Every corner you look, there's a different type of person doing something different, mingling with people that you would just look at in, the street and go, why are these two people talking together? They don't look like they belong together whatsoever. But everyone's just having a fucking ball, an 8-ball at least.
Having a ball or 8. Yeah. Oh, man. And it's you and your mob just like fit in.
Oh, thank you. We
Perfectly.
try.
Perfectly. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you bring a bunch of hot people and, you bring the bags too. I mean,
Always.
What more do you need?
You can't forget the bags.
It's a fabulous. Yeah. It's a really fabulous combination. Oh, I don't know. Should we invite these people with like fantastic drugs and a bunch of really hot, fit, bodies?
Yeah,
Oh,
what
I
could
don't
go
know.
wrong? What
Jeez.
could go wrong?
Hey! What do you want to do next, Jesse?
Probably more cocaine.
Hey! Bingo!
No, well, next I go to Adelaide. I take time off for Adelaide because I've been doing, that infamous role for 7 years straight. Never really fully had a proper break where I could enjoy living. And then also living in Melbourne, I just, it was constantly just work.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like, is my time to just chill the fuck out.
That's what you're going to be doing some chilling out?
Yeah, chill it out. Hanging out at the bar, hanging out with you.
Oh, of course.
I'll do some work every now and again. Like, I've got Wonderfully Terrible Things. I'm going to probably do some stage managing for that for 2 weeks.
Beautiful.
Which for me is great because I've always wanted to do stuff like that. Like, with being a tech guy, I like sit in front of house. But now I'm like, okay, maybe just change it up a bit, do something different that's still in the same sort of realm. And, and just see how good I go with it. I might fail. Sorry, Chrissy, but hey, I'm unqualified. You asked me. You came to me. So yeah, I'll just do that for 2 weeks and then just pretty much backwards and forwards. I might do some stuff with Infamous, like go in and do some flying.
That means trapeze, by the way.
Flying trapeze, yeah.
For people who don't know, when you say flying, in circus parlance, that means, there's going to be trapeze action.
Yeah. So Ian Richardson, the guy that took over my role in Infamous now, he was the hand balancer there for years. He was a clown at he studied clowning at NICA and stuff like that, and he did a bit of dramatic arts in school, I think. So he took over my role when I left. So I spoke to him and I said, hey man, I got an idea. I want to come up with something with you. We're not going to tell anybody about it. And just one show, I'm going to come in there and we're going to do this thing together as the same character.
Okay.
And do like this, what the fuck are you doing type thing here. Like, I want it to be like, because we've got another guy that's just done the role as well, while Ian's been here with Lasso.
Oh, yeah.
So I wanted to get him in there for one day. And you know the Spider-Man meme where you're just all in there like that? We want to come in, do the balloon act, like the climb in, and do that part in it. And then I want to have 3 balloons going in the show at one time.
Wow.
Imagine that. One pops, someone's there. One pops, but then the last one pops and the guy's like naked, or even try and all pop at the same time and all come out naked. Like,
oh my God. Yeah,
how crazy would that be?
Choreo that.
3 dicks just jumping out of balloons.
What? For those of you that are listening in or don't know, the climb inside is a
giant balloon.
Act. Yeah, it's an act where you just climb inside a giant balloon. We've done it in Circus the Show. It's like the finale in Circus the Show. We've got our clown Nathan. Well, all of our clowns who have done that before. Yeah, but it's a thing. It's a thing. If you know what it is, you know what it is. If you don't know, You got to Google it and to actually, you're really going to see it live to believe that it's actually happening.
For some reason, it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Like sometimes
it really is.
It's just like it's just a person bouncing in a balloon, but for some reason, every time I'm just like, this is hilarious. Like this is so good.
When you have that, there's that moment when you do a climb inside, or you see in a climb inside when the head sticks out.
Yeah,
and it's just a gigantic like sphere with someone's head just sticking out of it. I don't know. It just tickles something in your nervous system.
And you know what?
This is nuts.
Like when we first started, I had like short hair. I think I had about probably up to my ears, maybe. So it was a little bit longer, but wasn't that good. So I had it always slicked back. But later on, I got a little bit lazy and I didn't cut my hair, so it was growing super long. Then someone said to me, "Hey, when you come out and that hair just goes everywhere, that is fucking hilarious." So from then, I just kept on growing it and growing it. And now when it comes out, like you can't even see my face half the time because my hair's just everywhere. But it looks so funny bouncing around because it's like got such a weird like bounce in it that the hair just floats and bounces off the balloon and just goes everywhere. And the people love it. So that's why I grew my long, luscious locks.
This is such a weird segue, but Jim Henson talks about this when he's designing Muppets.
Yeah.
Right? So they have this thing where they have like a after movement. You know, you get your Fraggles walking along, and they have, they'll put ostrich feathers or something else like that. So there's always this bit that moves afterwards. That's that thing you're talking about. You have like your yep, and their little bits move after they go. Yeah. Your Fraggle Rocks and your stuff like that.
Yeah.
But also when you first come out of there and there's that blast of air and you get that whoosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
How long you been doing like climbing side
Well, since Infamous started, I did it just before we started Infamous because Peppy wanted something different. So I said for our show, it wasn't
how weird. It's like Joseph Ashton of the Ashton Circus was like, I want something different. I want something new. It's something amazing. Yeah.
And for the adult show, like I said, well, I mean, I can get inside one of those balloons that you see at the circus and that. And he goes, oh, but what's so funny about that? I said, well, here's the punchline.
Ding.
I jump out I bust the balloon naked. And he goes, all right, let's try that.
Yeah.
So I did it in the kids show. I busted out with just like my underwear or like Love Hard underwear. And that got a good reaction. So I went, fuck, yeah, why not? Like a dick. And then he didn't want the dick, like he didn't want it to be full frontal at the start. We had, Bunny Quinn. You remember the? She's like the burlesque lady from Sugar Blue. She did a bit of stuff, and then she was our cat lady for years.
Oh,
she did. Yeah.
Yes, that I knew her as her old name. But yes.
What is it? Oh, we won't say it on.
Yeah. But I do know, but I do love her very much.
She's
fabulous.
Amazing.
What's she doing now?
Sort of construction stuff, like abseiling construction shit. Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember.
Love you, Bunny. Yeah, wherever you are.
She's such a great person.
Yeah.
So she took time off of Infamous and left a few years ago now. And since she left, like I've missed her so much because we had such a good dynamic together as characters. Like she'd play that cat character, and like all the shit that we would do during the show was just we could riff off each other so well. Like she would do one thing, and I would just react to it, and then she would react to me, and it was so good, you know.
It's a very rare thing to find somebody that just
goes along with
like
whatever
mind-meltingly hot, who is also very funny.
Yeah, no, she was great. So I forgot what we were up to actually.
Well, how you first started doing
the balloon. Yeah. So I said to him, we'll do that, and he's like, yeah, fucking love it. Let's do it. Let's go. And the first time, he wanted me to be painted with an elephant and my dick to be the elephant's trunk. And I was like, look, I mean, it's funny, but I'm like, do you really want to have to paint my groin every single day? Like, blah, blah. Then he got like this thing to cover over it, and we just, put my ding-a-ling into there. I did it for like 1 or 2 shows.
It's so weird that I know exactly the thing
one
you're talking about. Yeah.
And then I was like, nah, you know what? Like, I'm just going to try it without the thing, because I reckon that it's going to get a better reaction just butt naked.
Yeah.
And Jesus Christ did it.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. Like the tent lifted off like the ground. It was nothing that we could do. Like, so
God.
Straight after that, like the audience don't stop laughing for like 2 or 3 minutes after that. So we had a comedian come in and do some stuff afterwards, and he's there talking, but they're still laughing.
They're still doing
at what had just happened. I'm not going to lie. This guy bombed a little bit with all his stuff. But
what's a hard act to follow?
He came up with one good thing, and that was hashtag Jessie's dick, and we still used that up until my last show. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And we had a drink called Jessie's dick as well.
For real?
I had a full drink a cocktail named after me, Jessie's dick, and I'd say that to everyone. I'm like, how do I taste? And at the end of the show, I'd be like, don't forget, like, hashtag infamous, hashtag great night, hashtag Jessie's dick.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'd look at someone and go, that's a drink, you dirty bastard. You know? Like,
okay, that really is a watershed moment in show business when you have a cocktail named after you. It's our fabulous producer, Justin, had one for him that was served. If I can share a little personal information here.
Share away.
It's that cocktail that was invented for Justin's birthday, which always falls on Edinburgh Fringe. So we'd be at the artist bar, and basically there's just one night where the whole place just goes nuts for Justin. And it's that every single person's there. Okay, it's Justin's birthday. Like, yeah, turn it up to 11 and throw the goddamn knob away. And the guys, they are, for whatever reason, they like us very much, and they're very sweet to us. And they made in secret, while Justin didn't know it, they made a new cocktail called the Golden Jockstrap. Because in the Adults Only Magic Show,
I see it everywhere.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's a marketing super strategy. Just look at that thing and be like, oh, man, I got to see that guy's dick.
I got to see that show.
Yeah. So we had this evening with these golden jockstraps. Oh, and they went all out. They went and purchased this amazing like mica
Gold
stuff.
flake.
Yeah, that they poured into all of them. So you swirled around. It looked like a goddamn genie was going to pop out of it. Yeah, and
they should have called it Genie Come as well.
Yeah, well, that does work. Justin is actually 65% Genie Come. I don't know if you're aware. That's why he can make so many wishes come true. So what's going to be, like, what else do you want to do? You really have, this is something that I think regular normies out there probably just have no concept of. When you're talking about having normal life and dealing with traffic and going to stay in some apartment and paying for electricity bills.
Ridiculously.
Yeah.
Like a rent is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, you're staying in Melbourne. Jesus Christ.
It's so stupid.
Yeah. And you have the stuff that you've done and the places you've been, people just would not have any concept. And this is what you're born into.
Yeah.
People have no concept of what life outside their little wage slave
and
cage
they almost
is like.
don't believe it when you start telling them. They're just like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
like,
right?
From the day you were born, you were on a circus? Like, born in Campbelltown. Like, I was in the hospital for about 2 days, went to the circus lot, was gone within 4 days, and like onto another one. Like, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, right?
Crazy shit.
Is there someone on your bucket list that you want to get done?
Well, there's lots of things. I don't really have a list. I just sort of see things and go, yeah, I want to do that. Or, I've done so many things in my life. I'm not saying I've done everything, but I've done so many things that I wanted to do.
Down the street and just seeing people go, yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do them.
For a little bit when I got back from the States, I was working in a factory building like containers. You know, the Coates Hire containers, like the side offices? Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and my cousin's boyfriend, he got me the job there. So
you were making dongers?
Dongers, yeah.
What?
Big dongers. Huge motherfuckers. Like,
well, I mean, if you want a guy who knows big dongers. Yeah.
No, these were like 6 I think the biggest one I did was probably 8 dongers side by side. And what they do is they just have okay, let me clarify that. A donger is a container. A big container.
Yes. That is normally converted into a little
I gave up on big dongers long before that one. These things are just literally sat side by side and pushed together and make like a huge office or
docking.
Yeah, pretty much docking.
Donger
docking is what they call it.
Oh, he's a master.
So pretty much, I just fitted them out. Like they had the floors done. They had this huge machine that folded all the blue steel. We lifted the steel up after insulating it, put all the walls on it, lifted it up, put the roof on, lifted it up. Fucking
what? I mean, hold on a second here. I'm asking about like what is in your bucket list of things to do.
Well, this was.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to work because my father's a builder. He builds caravans. He's built caravans.
Oh,
He worked
really?
at Jayco in Melbourne for a few years.
Yeah.
Or a year or two. And then he built a lot of the caravans that were on our family circus. He's built caravans for
Wow.
other people. Wow. Yeah, right now he's not building at the moment because he's a bit sick. So he's got a back order of trailers being built for our cousins on the showgrounds and some circus people, and still got to get my caravan in there and finish it off, the bastard.
Oh, yeah? You got to be anti-nepotism.
Yeah, exactly. Man. So yeah, I built that, and these things were freaking huge dongers. But okay, big black dongers.
I mean, how many? Oh yeah, what color were they?
Nah, they were cream.
Oh yeah,
just white.
God.
So they were impersonating.
That's right, folks. If you'd like to hear about huge dongers and cream. Yeah.
Creamy
Get your
dongers.
wet wipes out, because this is going to get, yeah, baby. You know, there is something else. I can't believe that we've been talking for this long. There's a bunch of stuff we could get into, whether we want to make it public. Yeah. But if you were to come back and talk about some other stuff, that we are far from running out of things we can talk about. There's I know you and I have eaten at the same buffet, and
couple of times.
Yeah, we could. We could wind up talking about that at some point.
We might get into a little trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Or it could turn out the opposite way and put us into some good times.
Hey! And we definitely cannot get into that with the time we have remaining. Yeah, we have to bring that up another time. But I mean, there must be a nice put a bow on this, because I know. I mean, I've spoken to you in some late night sessions, and you got some stories. You got some goddamn stories. Is there something that is if you were in a bar and you wanted somebody to give you the free drinks all night? What's your free drink story?
I think telling the people that I get my dick out of a balloon is the drink story. In all honesty, They love it. I tell people, I show the people, and they're like, what the fuck? I try to explain it. They're like, what do you mean? And then I just show them, and they're like, what the fuck? That's crazy.
Look, as a fellow dick getter-outerer on stage, this is really great, because I can finally bounce this off somebody and go do you have these weird experiences? Okay, so I want to just run this by you and see if run up the flagpole and see if you salute.
My flagpole?
Yeah. See if your flagpole salutes. Basically straight up, I want to know if you get erect.
For 56 minutes already.
Oh my gosh.
Why do you think I keep crossing my legs?
Hey, hi. Let me just Sharon Stone this for you. Hi. Yeah, Jessie.
Actually, I'll tell you a funny story. I was in a hospital in Mackay, up in far north Queensland.
I love me some Mackay.
I had done something to my shoulder. I had a big fucking cut in it, so I was there. I'd gotten into the actual room where the doctor come in and stitched up, but I'd seen one of these nurses. Now, this nurse was pretty good looking too, but I'd seen her walk past and sort of just give me one of these ones. She's like, and then kept on walking backwards and forwards, because we'd been there 2 or 3 times before. And she just stared at me at one point, and she's like, you look very familiar. And I said, maybe you'd recognize me if I had all my clothes off. And she goes, yes. But everybody else, this is a full hospital, right? And everybody else just stopped what they were doing and went, huh? And she's like, you're the balloon guy. You get naked in the balloon. And I was like, yeah, that's me. She's like, I knew it. She's telling everybody, but just everybody's reaction when I said, oh, you might recognize me with my clothes off.
Between that moment and when she said balloon guy, that beautiful space in the middle where everyone is like,
where is this going?
Oh, chef's kiss. That's fucking beautiful. Oh my gosh. It's really great. It's really great to have you on. We're going to have to get you on again, because it's honestly very rare that I get to have somebody on who has had similar experiences to me. This never fucking happens. Never. Who the hell else can I possibly relate to in the world? It's like, oh yeah, what's it like emceeing variety shows and getting your cock out for people? We're talking 1% of 1% of 1% of people. So it's being able to bounce this off and find out that you're not only are you doing well and are mentally stable but are thriving in the world. Yeah,
we'll see about that one.
A little bit of self-medication never hurt anybody, right? Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
How good is this life, right?
Oh, it's great.
Right?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Where else can you fucking hang out with a guy as crazy as you or myself or these two motherfuckers right here?
Hey, oh yeah. There's a lot of goodness behind the camera as well. There, hey folks.
That's too good. It's distracting actually almost.
They are very attractive. Yeah. But
oh, please stop it.
Hey, and there's another nip. God, this seems to be
even
a
though
new
I'm sitting
tradition.
down right now, I'm giving you a standing ovation.
Ding ding. That he's talking about his dick. That's a dick reference.
That is a dick.
For
joke.
those of you who, bing. That's another reason to watch the YouTube version or the video version of this, because man, oh man, you gonna see these erections, folks. This is the fabulous, the amazing Jessie. Clearly, he is a lot of goddamn fun, but Jessie, I hope all your dreams come true. I hope wonderful things happen. I hope your caravan eventually gets finished. And
me too.
I hope people go on to admire your dick for years to come. To come. Lol. Yeah. This is the Onwards to Victory podcast, folks. If you're not already subscribed, then just get on the subscription. We're on all of the platforms. If you don't like it on one platform, go look at it on another. You got to see it on YouTube's. See it on all of the goddamn ones. Press all the buttons. Go join the Patreon. And my, oh my, we're going to be having more fabulous guests. Oh, nothing quite like Jessie, but yeah, we got more amazing guests. Oh my God. We got like an absolute like waterfall of hotties coming up soon.
Ooh.
Yeah. Jeez,
starting with me, of course.
Oh, well, yeah. You're the first trickle that begins the flood. And boys are going to get wet around here.
Oh,
boy. Folks, please join me in thanking the beautiful and fabulous Jessie. One more round of applause.
Awesome.
Hey.
Thank you. Keep it down.
You've been watching Onwards to Victory. My name is Magnus D. Magnus. The big D in the middle. It stands for danger. And it'll stand for you. Next time you come and watch us here at Onwards to Victory. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Join the Patreon. Be like Tone, and I don't know, we'll probably get pictures of you and I will do a calendar or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, have a sword fight. I don't know. We're just about probably
in the jelly like from the jelly wrestling.
We're gonna get out of here. Go find some lubricant, and whatever happens, happens. Thank you very much, folks. Thank you very much.
No, thank you, kind sir.
Oh,
always a pleasure. Fist me.
Good night, everybody. Bye. Woo! Hey. Oh,
all right.
Hello.
That was a fucking amazing.
Don't you know we all cheer for Magnus Danger D?
Mama's got a sparkle. Woo!